Oh, he's lovely. Oh, that's so cute.
The first time I saw the two lovely turkeys, Rodney and Emily, they were all kind of bedraggled and a little bit scared. They basically came to my family from a factory farm where obviously they would have ended up on someone's dinner plate otherwise. So what we did, we warmed them up by the fire, and really, really quickly they began to trust me. Like, I could tell right from the beginning they wanted to be really close. So on that first day, I sat down on a chair and they literally jumped straight on my lap. I didn't call them up or anything, they just jumped straight up there and then made their way up to my neck. And it was really funny because they were like fighting over who was going to have the warmest patch at the back of my neck by like pushing each other out of the way. And then they started to make a nest in my hair. It always seemed to be the bronze turkey Emily who got the best spot though, and this has sort of continued throughout their friendship, poor Rodney. I guess it was sort of within a couple of days of them being with us that they literally started following us everywhere. We couldn't even walk a couple of metres in the garden without them quickly running and following. I think they must have thought I was their mum because this is what turkeys would do in the wild. So yeah, from a young age, it was really clear what kind of bold, cheeky, curious personalities they both have. They were both so interested in trying all the different grasses, all the flowers, the plants in the garden, but as long as we were within eyesight. They reminded me of toddlers, you know, like always checking that their mum was there, and then they were happy to go and do their little thing as long as they knew she was around. If we did leave them in the garden, they would literally knock at the door until we let them in. They loved coming in the house. And so, yeah, they just would wait, look through the window and knocked until we let them in. They were actually quite brave too, because there was one day when they met Sally, and Sally is the neighbour's enormous rescue dog, and they saw her through the kitchen door. But instead of running away, they just like looked her up and down as though to say like, "What are you doing here?" They really loved roosting in the trees in the garden, and we had a like bedtime for them every night. So we'd call them down out of the trees and they would just come down straight away, like as soon as we called them, and they'd go to bed really nicely. It was like taking care of sort of like two cheeky but lovely little children. So eventually the time came when we needed to give them to the local animal sanctuary, and obviously we had to say goodbye. It was really hard and heartbreaking to see them go off as adults, well, into their forever home. But of course, I was obviously pleased that they were going to live a life of freedom and happiness in the countryside with lots of space to roam, and of course other animals, including other turkeys. I still visit them all the time, and I just know that they're living their best life, so I'm really happy.